There's no chance that he'll survive. He'll survive, but even on top of that, he did not get affected even for one tiny bit. Rasulullah, he did not complain even for one pain. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Ibn Abi Jamrah says, what is the wisdom of having the hikmah and the iman put in his heart by splitting? Allah could have put the iman and the hikmah without splitting. Alright? So what is the hikmah? He says, زِيَادَةً فِي قُوَّةِ الْيَقِينِ. It is an increase in the strength of yaqeen, certainty. Because he was looking, Rasulullah was looking at this. Jibreel was splitting open his chest, cleaning the heart, cleaning it with ma'u zamzam. This, he says, this showed him or made him to be from the most brave of all the people. The most brave of all the people, because he saw this thing, unnatural thing happening to him, and he was looking at it, and he could withstand that. He had the certainty and the yaqeen that there's nothing which could affect him except by the will of Allah. This way he became from the most brave of all the people. And another benefit, he says, what is the wisdom behind him being, or the reason behind him going through this journey with the buraq? Allah could have taken him without the buraq. What is the wisdom? He says, ولكن ركوب البراق كان زيادة له في تشريفه لأنه لو صعد بنفسه لكان في سورة الماشي والراكب أعز من الماشي. He says, in riding the buraq is more nobility to him, a raise in his status, because now he is the person who's riding, and the one who's riding is more noble than the one who's walking. It's one of the benefits also. And also for benefit, we should mention that there's a hadith that says the buraq was ridden by all the prophets. Yes, it was an animal which was ridden by all the prophets. And there's a hadith which says that Jibreel told Buraq that this is the most noble person who can ride you, who will ever ride you, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, to show that they had been ridden before. And also, when Jibreel asked for the permission to enter the heaven now, this shows that the doors of that first, the heaven has doors. Second, it shows that the doors are closed and they are only opened for them or for him, sallallahu, to show his status. And another benefit is we benefit adab al-isti'idhan, the etiquettes of seeking permission. You see how he says here, أن المستأذن يسمى نفسه لألا يلتبس بغيره, that the musta'adhin, the one who's seeking permission, he says his name. One of the benefits of, or one of the etiquettes of seeking permission is that you call out your name. See, they asked him, who is this? What did he say? Jibreel. He did not say it is me. There is a hadith, in fact, the hadith of Jabir. He says one time I went to Rasulullah Sallallahu, and I sought permission. Rasulullah asked, who is this? He said, Ana, me. So Rasulullah replied, Ana, ka'annahu akrah. As if, he said, me, as if he detested it, and as if he did not like it. So when you ask, who's this? You say your name. Fulan, Abdullah, Muhammad, Fatima. So Jibreel was asked, who's this? He said, Jibreel. Who's with you? Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. It's one of the etiquettes of seeking permission to enter. And also from the sunnah is that when you knock on somebody's door, you stand to the side. Don't stand on the middle. It is because they might open the door and you might see things inside which you're not supposed to see. So you stand on the side. Another benefit we get from this, from the hadith, is the statement where they say, Marhaban bi ibn salih wa nabiyyu salih. When he met the prophets, they said, welcome, or noble or servant who is salih, and or messenger who is salih, or prophet who is salih. Salih is the one who is righteous. He says the Anbiya, the prophets, they just sufficed themselves with this statement. Marhaban bi Nabi Salih, Marhaban bi Ibn Salih wa Nabi Salih. They did not give so many descriptions, welcome, oh, so and so and this, so. Why? Why? Listen to this. He says, لأن الصلاح صفة تشمل خلال الخير. It's because salah, righteousness and piety, it is a description, it fits all the other good descriptions. Instead of saying, welcome, O kind prophet and courteous prophet and prophet with good words and prophet who's good looking, Nabi Salih. Compressed everything. And this is why he says, and this is why they repeated it. He says, وَالصَّالِحِ, and the person who's righteous, the person who's salih, هو الذي يقوم بما يلزمه من حقوق الله وحقوق العباد. He's the one who fulfills the obligations of Allah and the obligations of the ibad. And this is why you see it's a statement which has comprised many meanings. Now another benefit we get from the crying of Musa. We said after Rasulullah was raised, Musa cried. And we said that. We said because, yes, he saw that, he said, this young man will have more followers than me. He says here, the crying of Musa is not for jealous. وَلَيَذَنْ بِاللَّهِ. It's because this trait, it cannot be described for a person who is a good Muslim, let alone a prophet. Musa does not have this trait. But rather it was sorrowful or pitifulness of what good that Rasulullah had, what can we say?
What good had bestowed upon him? Or?
What good meaning? It's like a competition. He had more good than him. Yani. This is the word I was looking for. The good he suppressed him in. Rasulullah had more good because he has more followers. You know that everything you do, Rasulullah has a portion in it. He's the one who taught us all this good. This is why he cried. And this is a great point showing the adab of which we should describe the messengers. They don't have these lowly human traits of jealousy or tribalism or partisanship. Unlike what some people have written, like Sayyid Qutb rahimahullah, may Allah forgive him. He wrote some bad things about Musa alayhi salam. He said Musa is a description of tribalism or nationalism, partisanship. This when Musa, the story of Musa between Musa and when he struck the guy who died. He had his brother in the same tribe. He said Musa is a good example, taharruk asabiyya, partisan excitement, something like this. This is why it's a very bad statement. And we say, rahimahullah, may Allah forgive him. We warn against that statement of his and his ideologies so that we can avoid them also. And this also, there's a benefit to this. The mu'minun, the Muslimun, they should compete in good. Musa is crying that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has more followers than him. But today we compete between ourselves. وَسَابِقُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ وَسَارِعُوا. Race each other. Hasten to do good. It's a sunnah. Abu Bakr comes, Umar comes and says, today I'll do more good than Abu Bakr. What does he say? I bring half of my wealth. So I'm sitting, I'm waiting to see what Abu Bakr will bring. Half of his wealth, imagine. Abu Bakr comes and brings all of his wealth. Rasulullah, when Umar brought his wealth, asked him, Ya Umar, what did you leave? He said, like it, half of it. Same thing. Abu Bakr, what did you leave? I left Allah and His Messenger for it. Umar says, Allah, I'll never beat him. As-Siddiq, radhiallahu anhu. This is how the Sahaba used to hasten to good. And also, from the account of Musa and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we see the good manners of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.